Hello my beautiful friends. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Emily and today I am bringing you this week's new makeup releases in Pay or Stay Away. So I just wanted to take a moment here to thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me, Georgia, and Lacey on the podcast yesterday. It was so much fun. I loved speaking with them and talking about crazy conspiracies. I had a freaking blast, and I never do stuff like that. Like, I'm not a social person. I don't go out of my way to put myself in situations like that, other than doing YouTube videos, but I'm essentially talking to a camera. But I had so much fun, and because of the podcast last night, I was able to hit 1,000 subscribers! Oh my god, I can literally not even tell you guys how thankful I am. Like, I didn't even think I would have 100 subscribers. I'm not even kidding. Like, I literally thought no one would think my videos are interesting, but I just wanted to make them for fun because I was doing stuff in my free time that already kind of involved similar things that I do on my channel right now. So I didn't even think that I'd get to 100 subscribers. So I'm just dumbfounded that 1,000 people want to actually watch my videos, and you know, I try to always take the time to respond to everyone that comments on my videos, unless it's something mean. I'm not going to respond if it's mean. But typically, everyone who talks to me and everyone who does comment on my videos are just the most kind and funny people in the entire world. I absolutely love talking to you guys. I always notice the people who come back. I have a few subscribers who always comment on my videos, and you guys are literally my friends. I freaking love you guys, and I'm so happy right now. I can't believe it. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for subscribing and watching my videos because, I mean, there's a bazillion people here on YouTube. No one really has to watch me. So I'm just really thankful that you guys care enough to come back and watch my videos and subscribe. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yes, there is going to be a giveaway coming up very soon. I have to figure out how to do a giveaway correctly because I know a lot of people always have problems with giveaways and whatnot, so I gotta make sure I got my stuff down stat before I do a giveaway. But I have purchased some things for a giveaway for someone, so yes, do expect to see that in the near future. But jumping right on into what you guys probably came here for, we are going to be talking about this week's new makeup releases. I don't know if you guys have heard of this yet because I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, even though it's Becca and GlamGlow, two giant brands that are really popular on YouTube. They're basically coming together for the Nordstrom anniversary sale that is going on right now, so these products are available now. And the two brands are basically coming together to give you two little minis for $32. On Becca's side of the collab, you get a pink highlighter that's in cute little pink packaging, and it's in the shade Pink Glow. And on the Becca side of the collaboration, you get a little pink container that is filled with Gravity Mud, which is a very popular mask from their line. And by the way, I am still sick. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but if I sound really strange, I'm still struggling with the summer sniffles, so that's what's going on with my voice. Anyway, no more distractions here. They have come together to do this collaboration and give you guys two minis of their two very popular products. So I honestly would have picked this up if I didn't already buy the Becca Parisian Lights highlighter back in, I believe it was February or March. If I wouldn't have picked the full size up of that guy, I would totally pick up this duo. From what I can tell, the shade of the Rose Glow highlighter looks to be the exact same as the Parisian Lights, or at least very similar. They both seem to be a light pink shade with a bit of a gold shift to it. So honestly, I would have just picked up the mini because I'm never really going to hit pan on that guy. I don't need the full size, and it would be nice to have a little skincare item with it as well to try something new. Now, I used to own the Gravity Mud mask by GlamGlow, and I used it up, and to be honest, I didn't really see much of a difference, but I don't necessarily think that my skin is the particular skin type that this mask is supposed to be kind of helping. I have very oily skin, and I get acne every now and then, but I don't really get it that bad, but I don't really worry about firmness and lifting and all that jazz. I don't really experience that, especially with my oily skin. I don't really dry out too easily. Now, sometimes I definitely do get dry, but this mask isn't really for helping dryness. It's for firming and lifting. So I think the reason why I didn't really see results from the mask is because my skin type is not the desired target for this type of product. So I'm going to be skipping over this duo, but I think it's a good deal. I mean, you get a mini GlamGlow mask and a mini Becca highlighter, and the Glam Glam masks are really expensive, and we all know the Becca highlighters are pretty pricey as well. So I do think that this collaboration is a good idea, and I don't dislike it. I just simply do not need it. So next up on the pay or stay away list, Estee Lauder is going to be branching out from their Heat Wave highlighter, which is a very popular cult favorite limited edition highlighter that kind of comes and goes throughout the Estee Lauder collection. I own the second release of the Heat Wave highlighter. I got it in 2016, 2017. I don't really remember, but I own the second edition of it, and I absolutely love the formula, and it looks like they are going to be expanding on that formula. They're going to be bringing back the Estee Lauder Heat Wave highlighter, which is a mid-toned warm gold. It looks like they're going to be adding in something that's a little bit more icy, a little bit more champagne-y, and then they're going to be adding in something for deeper skin, which is a bit more of a rose gold type of highlight. So I am all for this. I really hope that these are going to be permanent because, you know, Estee Lauder just keeps bringing Heat Wave back. They are fully aware that it is very popular, and they are fully aware that people want it and cannot get their hands on it. And they are just banking on that idea by making Heat Wave limited edition and making really small limited quantities of it. They know what they're doing. So I really think this is a good idea for the brand. I would be definitely inclined to pick up the more icy highlighter because Heat Wave is a little bit deep on me, but whenever highlighters are too deep on me, I just mix them with one that's a little bit too light on me because I definitely have those in my collection. But I do love the formula of the Heat Wave highlighter. It's a true baked gelée highlighter. It's so metallic, so shiny. There was an overspray on the highlighter itself when I first got it, but I didn't find that the overspray was super chunky, that it was super sparkly. It was just like a really micro kind of fine shimmer. And it did brush away after a couple uses, so it just basically left a beautiful pan of just metallic, shiny goodness without any glitter in it. So I really love the Heat Wave formula, and I think this is definitely a good idea. I am just like praying to the makeup gods that this is not going to be limited edition because people need to be able to get their hands on this. It's a great product, and they're kind of holding the best product in their line, in my opinion, in the vault away from everyone. They're keeping all the goods locked away, but I really hope that they're able to just bring this out into the open and let anyone who wants to get it be able to pick it up. So it looks like lately we've been seeing a lot of Zodiac themed releases. And it does look like Kathleen Lights has finally announced her collaboration with ColourPop. I believe this is like round 3 or round 4. I don't know. She's been around the block with ColourPop. She knows them very well and collaborates with them a lot. But this time she launched an entire collection that is based around the zodiac signs, which I think is a really cool concept. We've seen this with BH Cosmetics, we've seen this with Bite Beauty, we've recently seen this with Wet n Wild, and I like the concept of this, so I don't care that it's kind of being done a lot right now. I think there's a lot of ways that a concept like this can go. I think it can get really freaking creative if someone wanted it to. But this collection consists of the Zodiac eyeshadow palette, which will include a mirror. For $18, you get 12 different shadows in the palette, which will represent the 12 signs of the Zodiac. They're also releasing 2 Luxe lipsticks in the line for $7 each, which will consist of What's Your Sign, which is a nude, and Scorpio Moon, which is a mauve with a cool undertone. They are releasing 2 Super Shock highlighters in Fire and On the Cusp. And lastly, they are releasing 2 Supernova shadows for $7 each in the shades Astrology, which is a gold, and Constellation, which is a pink golden champagne with sparkle. Sounds fancy. This collection will be launching on July 26th at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you do want this, definitely set your clocks because all of Kathleen Lights' collabs sell out like hotcakes. Everyone loves them. But with that being said, I don't really know if I'm going to pick up anything from this collection. I'm definitely considering picking up the Supernova shadow in the shade Constellation, which is the pink gold champagne with sparkle. I think it sounds pretty. I think the swatches look pretty. And for $7, I could use something like that in my collection to do cool little like sparkly liner and just stuff that I've been doing lately. I don't know. I've been reaching for metallic stuff to do like a sparkly line on the top of my eyes. Why am I doing that? I don't really know. But I could definitely use something like that in my collection for what I've been doing with my makeup recently. I think the price is right and I like the color. Everything else to me is not really calling my name, and I wanted it to because I really love the concept of this palette in this collection. Like I said, I feel like when you go with the Zodiac theme, you can branch out into a bunch of different types of products and go for a lot of different colors. I've actually done a palette redesign on my channel before. It's literally like my 3rd video, so if you watch it, you have been warned. It might be a little cringy. You've been warned. But I did a palette redesign of the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette because I felt like it was a little too bland and it didn't really represent the signs right. Because every zodiac sign in the astrology chart has their own colors. And so I wanted to bring that into a palette, and I don't know, I've just been kind of expecting a brand to do that because all you have to do is just Google it and figure out what colors go with what types of signs. And I watched Kathleen's video on why she chose the colors for this palette, and she did pick some signs that were accurately represented by the colors, but some of them are very bland and very boring, and they're very much just transition shades, and I understand that she wanted to have a palette that was like an all-in-one palette, but I don't know, if you're going for a zodiac theme, just give me everything. Just go all out, just be full zodiac. If you're gonna commit, just go ahead and commit. You might as well just jump into the pool. Don't just dip your pinky toe in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Some people might look at this and think, I can get so many looks out of that. I can do daytime. I can do nighttime. I can do fun. But for me and for my personal preferences, I would love to just see her go all out. Give me, you know, full colorful goodness that really does represent the zodiac sign. I think that I'm a little bit butthurt because she gave me, the Taurus, just a basic like nude brown transition shade, and I'm over here like, I understand that I'm an earth sign, but I deserve a little bit more than just a basic transition shade. I mean, what are you trying to say about us Tauruses? Because we are not basic. Being super stubborn and super passionate and fiery is not basic, okay? At least in my opinion, it's not basic. But I would have really liked to see her give us something kind of colorful. I don't know. I understand, you know, the concept of wanting to have a wearable palette. But I feel like recently the beauty community has been really open to more colorful palettes, and I have been loving every second of it. And I feel like Kathleen could have just given us a little bit more. You know, you can still give us some transition shades, but maybe go for some colorful ones. That's just what I personally would have liked to have seen from this collection. I definitely think that this palette will do well because all of Kathleen's collabs with ColourPop do amazing. And I don't doubt that this is going to be a good collab for certain people, but for me and for my interest, I am going to be skipping over it because I want more color, girl. So moving on to the next release for this week, Juvia's Place has recently come out with their Afrique collection. This collection consists of an eyeshadow palette for $20, which has a bunch of different colors in it, and currently it is sold out, which is pretty unfortunate, but it is a beautiful palette, so I am not surprised that it's sold out. They have also released the Afrique Matte Liquid Lipstick, which is a red shade, and they have released 2 new single blushes that are $8 each, in the shade Bella, which is a bright coral, and Safrina, which is a peach with a little bit of a sheen to it. And these are all available now on the Juvia's Place website and on Ulta. Juvia's Place has recently come into Ulta, which is absolutely amazing for them. But obviously this eyeshadow has sold out, so a lot of people do really love it. I think it's beautiful. I like the idea of having the rainbow palette, but this rainbow palette to me is a little bit different than the rainbow palettes that we've been seeing lately, because if you look at the color scheme, it's a lot deeper in tone. I feel like this palette would be great for people of color or people who want smokier, deeper, colorful looks. This would be a really nice palette to have. These shades are a lot more rich in pigment than we typically see with rainbow shades. I think these are gorgeous. There's a lot of primaries in here that are a lot deeper in tone as well, and I feel like this type of palette would really reach a large variety of skin tones. But for right now, I'm going to be skipping over it because I have my fair share of colorful palettes as of right now, but I definitely would pick it up if I saw it in Ulta, and if they had one in stock, I would snag that baby like no other. I want it, but I just don't need it at the moment, but if I do see it in person and I don't have to pay for the shipping, then I'll definitely get it. I am also really curious about the blushes because both of those blush shades look absolutely stunning. I love that there's a lighter one for light to medium skin tones, and I love that they put in a really deep kind of reddish berry shade for deeper skin tones. They did only bring out 2 shades of the blush, but I do feel like the 2 shades they brought out can reach basically from fair to deep skin tone. So I really do like that. I think the colors are gorgeous. These are beautiful shades of blushes. But for me, it's kind of the same situation as it is with the palette. I just don't want to pay for shipping because I'm cheap as hell, and if I can skip out on like $7 shipping, I would absolutely love to. So if I go to Ulta and I see the blushes, I will totally pick them up along with the palette, but I just don't want to pay for shipping, okay? Don't judge me about that. Sometimes a girl just doesn't want to pay an extra $5.99 to like $10.99 depending on where you're shopping for shipping. You know what I mean? I can't be the only one. So next up on the pay or stay away list is the new Natasha Denona Lila mini palette. Now I did touch on this in last week's pay or stay away, but I basically touched on the fact that she's coming out with a new mini palette, but we hadn't seen what it looked like yet, and I was really, fingers crossed, hoping that it was going to be the Lila palette. And guess what? It is. This palette is going to be retailing for $25 and it launches tomorrow on the Sephora website. This is a Sephora exclusive and it's launching on the 24th of July, which is tomorrow for me from when I'm filming this. And I am definitely picking this up as soon as it launches. They haven't given us an actual time yet that it's launching tomorrow, but I can assume it would launch anywhere from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I'm just going to kind of be checking my phone and checking the Sephora website. I think they don't want to overcrowd these servers and overcrowd the Sephora website by letting everyone know the exact time, which is something brands do a lot, and it kind of makes sense. But I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I do not have shades like this in my collection at all. Shades are very rich and deep and intense, and I don't have anything like this in my collection. I feel like a lot of the shades in this palette look to be more on the indigo side of things, where in the full size of the Lila palette, everything was a little bit more mauve-y, a little bit more purpley, a bit more pinky. And I feel like she kind of branched off from that idea, but wanted to make everything a little bit darker, a little bit more vampy, a little bit sexier, if you will. But I actually really love the color scheme of this palette, and I'm kind of surprised because I typically don't reach for shades like this. I really love that deep plummy purple, and I love that indigo. I am really excited to pick this up, and I think the price point is pretty decent for Natasha Denona. It's only $25. You do get 5 different shades. Now, I have heard that the pans of these specific mini palettes are like the size of a dime, but I do really want to be able to try out the formula that she has going on with these deeper kind of intense blue mattes. And I really like the Natasha Denona formula. I'm not absolutely crazy about it because I think that it's just too damn expensive for the price. And when she comes out with these little mini palettes, it makes her brand a lot more accessible to people like me who don't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on makeup. Even though I usually do end up spending a bunch of money in the long run on makeup, I want to be able to at least save some money somewhere and not go out and spend my entire phone bill on one of Natasha Denona's very expensive palettes. So I do appreciate her coming out with these smaller mini palettes, even though you might get a lot less product. I'm okay with that because I'm saving money in the long run and still getting to try out her formula. So I will be picking that baby up tomorrow, and do expect a review on it on my channel because I have already had it requested, and ask and you shall receive, my friend. I will definitely do a review. And finally, BH Cosmetics is dropping some new bronzers. They are going to be releasing on July 25th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're releasing 3 new shades of bronzers in the shade Golden Gal, which is a light toned bronzer. They're releasing Bronze Babe, which is a more medium toned bronzer, and they are releasing Cocoa Cutie, which is the deepest of the bunch. Now, as of right now, I'm not sure of the exact price of these bronzers, but I can't imagine that they would be more than like $12 because BH Cosmetics is a more affordable brand, and they do have a lot of coupon codes as well, and most of their single powder products are anywhere from the $5 range to about the $12 range, so I can't imagine that they would be any more expensive than that. I think that these bronzers are beautiful, and I definitely want to pick one up. I think I'll go ahead and pick up the more medium toned bronzer because I love a deeper bronzer to kind of bronze up my skin and to make myself look a little bit less pasty. I do really enjoy a warm toned bronzer, and these bronzers look to be very warm toned. So if you are not into warm toned bronzers, I think you should probably stay clear of these guys because they don't look to be cool toned at all. They seem to have a bit more of an orangey undertone, which I personally look for in a bronzer because I am an Armenian girl and I have very, very warm skin. So these types of bronzers work amazingly on me. I'm definitely going to pick one up. I want to see the formula, I want to see how it performs, and I want to compare it to some of my other bronzers that are a little bit more expensive. I will definitely be picking up one of these bronzers, and I want to do a little bronzer showdown on my channel, kind of going over some of my high-end ones compared to the more drugstore affordable options. So expect to see a video like that from me in the future. But with that being said, that is going to be wrapping up this week's Pay or Stay Away. Let me know down in the comments if you've seen any releases that stood out to you that I didn't mention, or if you're going to be picking up any of these as well. I think a lot of people are probably going to be trying to pick up the Natasha Denona mini palette because a lot of people flock to those because of the fact that they're $25 and her palettes are typically $129. So I think that's going to be a really popular item for this week. But I do hope that you consider subscribing if you have not already. I am doing a Pay or Stay Away every single Monday on this channel, and during the rest of the week I have all sorts of makeup goodness happening here as well. So I do hope that you consider hitting that subscribe button down below. If you did enjoy this video, please do give me a big ol' thumbs up and hit that notification bell down below to find out when I post, because I post a lot and YouTube doesn't like to let people know when I am posting. But I hope that you are having an amazing and fantastic day wherever you are, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to stop by and watch my video. I hope to see you next time. Bye!